All right, I'm here in Lawton for WKO, and I'm at Caroline Comics. It's a cool place. Check out this mural. It's pretty cool. Have a pretty interesting door. So we're gonna walk inside, and this is your show area. So they got comics all back over here. They got a good amount of stuff. They got your toys up there, and like they have tons of heroclix stuff. They have the new Fast Forces there. That's pretty good. They got some X-Men and other things. Oh, Dragon Ball Z game. All right, and then you can see like there's some older toys too. So if you're interested in those classic 90s toys, some Glumpla, all sorts of cool stuff. So yeah, so let's go over to the main area, and then, well, the main gaming area. So just real quick, John Stewart, that's what's up. If we go into the main game area, it's a pretty big space. We got a bunch of people here. I got Caleb Reddick, Michael Love, Uncanny Clicksman, and I have some other people here. You recognize this gentleman from the last video of me going out to states. We got a battle royale already started, so nothing's happened yet. So we're going to see how this goes. WKO's on the road this month. I didn't get Kansas City because I forgot my SD card. So WKO's. Okay, I'm at the Lawton WKO. Winter WKO feels like spring, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He has shorts. He's got fancy shorts and sandals.
Captain America sandals.
In the freshness with the Rolling Stones tee. All right. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the nice people.
My name's Carrick. I'm from Lawton. I've been playing at Carolina Comics for about 3-4 years now, maybe a little bit longer than that.
All right. So he played, and I'm interviewing him because he played a lot of good figures from the new set. And so I wanted to pick his brain. So for the people, could you tell them what your team was?
I ran 2 Starfires at 50 points, a Songbird at full click, Unseen at full dial, and what else? A group for the leadership, and the Mandarin drink.
Oh yeah, I didn't even forgot about that.
I did too.
Yeah, I wrote it down on the sheet.
The idea came from the owner of Carolina Comics. He wanted to run 4 pulse waivers, and I couldn't get the synergy to work, so I dropped one, added in the prob, outweighed stuff like that, and unfortunately got beat by your man here.
Hey, sometimes.
Well,
go ahead.
It was very well played, very much fun.
Yeah, I'll talk about my team later. I'm bringing the X-Men sexy back.
Oh, he brought it pretty heavy too. +8, was it? +8?
+8.
Wow, that's bonkers, man.
That's +8. Yeah, but okay. So the idea of multiple pulse waivers, what was the main problem you thought, like, I'm going to solve this problem that I see that is a dominant thing?
Like when I first sat on and saw your team, and then I realized that everybody was low pointed, I was like, I can almost one-shot all these characters. Problem was, I couldn't get to you. You had that 10 and 8 range. I couldn't get the placement set right, this, that, or the other. But as far as Pulse Wave goes, I just wanted to neglect everything I went up against.
Right. And see, the key element is like, since Pulse Wave goes to your printed damage defense,
yep,
you just get past a whole lot of the things I've seen as problems right now.
Like where people are getting these +2 perplexers and this side or the other. I negate all that. I don't got to deal with it.
Yes.
I have one character on my team that gives me a perplex to all my attacks, and I'm going to swing at you with all my numbers. Right.
And so what was the motivation for Fixer? Because I know a lot of people would be like, well, I'm just going to spam a bunch of like cheap perplex.
Nah, Fixer touched me back in the War of Light series. Gambit from the Blue Lantern Corps was one of my favorite characters, right? And he's the one that brought me into the game. I loved his end cap. You took damage on top of it, yada, yada, yada. But he also had a special perplex within his range. You could perplex up a combat value, any combat value, and your whole team gets it regardless.
I think I remember a figure like that. Yeah, yeah.
I went back to there. And
okay.
This is really cool. And he's 50 points. It's 1 perplex for 6 characters.
Oh, that's a good point, because I did deny your boy Walking Woods.
Yeah.
Okay. full starting area. But
it was great.
But come to think about it, it does make more sense in terms of Fixer being a force multiplier, because you're now able to deploy your Walking Woods, perplex up their attacks, your whole entire team's attacks. If you need to retow, you're probably getting Groot in on the action. So Groot has a 12 attack to hit, which is a lot more vicious. So you had Songbird, and Songbird, I thought she was one of my favorite figures from the set. Break down why you had Songbird.
I should have probably ran her at her half dial, but she only has sidestep. I only had the 1 character with TK, so I decided to drop the 1, give her a running shot. The barrier aspect, the 1 barrier marker that she gets can be catastrophic if you're on the right map.
Right.
However, I couldn't beat the +8, so I kind of got the latter end of that one. But like on the map that I chose for my team, it was the underground cave, blocking everywhere, and that 1 blocking marker can shut you off.
So you're able to utilize her as a control, support, and attacker.
And offensive, yes.
Yeah, for a very low point value.
For 60 points.
Yeah, so again, map selection, again, your stacking strategies.
Yep.
Your map selection becomes really big when you're designing your team, guys. And even more so, I know when I made my map selection, I was like, I have these matchups I'm concerned about. I need these 3 maps to cover these issues. Right. And even though I rode Genosha pretty hard today.
Well, and it synergizes with your team great. You have the 2 Dark Phoenixes with 10 range, the Sentinel with 8 range.
Cyclops Sentinel.
Yeah, I do. Cyclops Sentinel, oh my God.
Cyclops Sentinel, I've been preaching that truth for a while, y'all. Cyclops Sentinel.
It was a very fun game. It was kind of one-sided, but it was a fun game. I'm a casual player. I'm not the super meta guys. I come down here to have a good time. No,
and see, and this is a point. And real quick, accidentally, sorry, hit your truck. All right, I want to point out to the guy. All right, he had a competitive team with a competitive mindset, even as a casual player. So it's not like I had to have 80 different things, because he made top 8 with a really accessible team and a very well-designed team. So I want y'all to consider that. All right, any last words, shout outs, anything like that?
I'm putting one more out there for Carolina Comics here in Lawton. If you're in the neighborhood, it's the best comic store that I've ever been to in my life, and I've been all around the world. Stop in, tell him Carrick sent you to hook you up.
All right, there you go. I'd like to thank him for coming on the show. I'm hopefully going to get some more interviews. We know Caleb Reddick here. We know Michael Love's here. We got some few other people. Mike Reddick.
Reddick's a monster.
No, he is. I know. All right.
You put me out last time.
All right, then. I'll be back with more interviews in a second. Recording, I got Michael Love and I got Caleb Reddick. They were in the finals of the Lawton Rock. I mean, not Rock, WKO. I lost to Caleb in top 4. So, what did you play?
I played pretty much PJ's Double Jason team, but I had no sideline that was good. I just had Isaac and Kitty Pride for my Pog call-in.
And he made finals with that.
Yep. I'm sorry, PJ. Next time I remember my Pogs. I failed you again.
Next time all right, so why did you pick this team?
I haven't played in a month, and this is the closest thing I had that I own most of the pieces of.
Okay. All right, so that's simple. You felt confident that this was a solid team?
Yes.
Okay, the power of PJ Bowling compels you,
yes,
of course.
I listened to PJ over Dustin this one time.
Okay. I have a mask on, yes, but I might edit that out, or might not. Wink, wink, maybe. All right. Lastly, what was your MVP for a majority of today?
Just mind control.
Mind control. More and more mind control. All right, so there we go.
Also, I hate when people roll doubles. That's how I lost.
That's how you lost. It came down to a final action there. So there you go. All right, all right, here we go, Caleb.
Hello.
What did you play today?
Today I went with Astronomer, I went with Q, Trelane, Mr. Oz, Dark Phoenix, Groot, and Floor Colossus with the Terrain Stark car. The Stark given ESD, Nightbringer, Zero Ring, and a couple of IDs.
Yeah, so pretty much is screw your roll.
I get dice manipulation, 3 regular probs, and a huge range to reach the map.
Okay, so again, we know Caleb historically is the prop man. The prop man coming. So WizKids, we need an anti-dive roll and an anti-prob. I need those 2 things. Snip, snap. All right, so what motivated you to get that team?
So this team, I came up, it was a mix between my team last weekend and Dustin's team. I did not use Captain Marvel Ultra Chase, and I went with dice manipulation instead because it's hard to deal with 2 dice manipulators.
There we go. All right, so any insight to the new meta after everything has changed? Because it seemed like your team doesn't have anything new. It has older
It's
stuff.
all there's nothing new. It's also really good against the Vulture teams because of the reverse TK with Mr. Oz.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. All right, real quick, do you think Vulture is a problem?
No, I do not think Vulture's a problem. There's too many counters, too many undying potential, too many dice manipulation probs. I don't think he is.
All right. Do you think Vulture is a problem?
Vulture's trash, except when PJ plays them.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. I had a overall good weekend. It was fun. Big shout out to Carolina Comics here in Lawton. Brother's going to go back to the hotel in OKC. So that's it for this outing, and I'll check y'all later. All right, y'all. I'm at Doc's Comics and Games in Frisco, Texas. A little outside of Dallas area, technically. It's in this nice shopping mall area. I mean, like, it's real snazzy, high quality stuff. So just real briefly, there's kids in here, so I have to be careful how I record, so bear with me. So they have a lot of Magic the Gathering. It looks like Magic. Yes, the Magic cards. I like this bottom here. We're going to zoom in on that. That's just awesome. They got a bunch of trades up on the wall for you to sort of check out. I liked House of X. I'm probably going to pick up this trade. I'm going to talk to him about that more than likely. All right. So we got, can't really fully pan, but we got a bunch of people. According to the list, we're at 27. So we're estimating almost 30 people showing up for this event. If I could get some interviews later, I will try to do that. Maybe interview the judge and whatnot. All right, that's it. Check y'all later. Top 8.
Cyclops.
We got so yeah, Jason Wingard, Mandarin, Al Jordan, Proteus, Surtur, versus Shield with Kobik. Oh, there we go, Ant-Man. Ant-Man, Vulture, Sharon Carter.
Welcome to the Texas podcast.
Yeah. Haven't seen Ant-Man play for a couple of Giant Girls. Double Miss Marvel. The Ferengi pirate there.
Look, Justin, not so much to you, Steven. Oh, okay.
Steven. Good luck, buddy.
We got Groot, some Pogs, Walkenwood, Unseen, Magneto, Hulk, Hellfire Club. Oh no, there you go. Yeah, I'm super zoomed in on your face right now.
That's hot. I'll try not to let you down again, PJ.
All right, so you can wave now and say hi, PJ.
Hi, PJ.
All right. So, and that's the battle royale. So, over here. Yeah. And we got Vulture. This is going to be on stream here. Vulture, Sharon Cap, Everett K. Ross. Wow. +5. And there's our Flora.
That for recording for starting over podcast?
Yeah. So Flora. Oh, they're about to start. Got 2 Floras. Lobo. All right, cool. I got a cool interview here. He has played probably one of the most vicious vulture teams I've seen. He's on Earthbound and Down. I'm not gonna make any Matt Donald jokes. It's not that show.
Hi, Matt.
Introduce yourself to the fine people.
I'm Luis Reyes from San Antonio, Texas.
All right. So you didn't have too bad of a drive coming up here. So go ahead and explain your team to people so they can understand the magic of different types of vulture.
So the team consists of it's a shield themed team thanks to the new Steve Rogers from Captain America and Avengers. It's Kobik, Vulture, who's made an Age of Shields thanks to Steve Rogers, the aforementioned Steve Rogers, Sharon Carter, and an Everett Ross, and the Yawk Arms. And then that leaves enough room for 10 points for IDs. I like to use the Magneto, the faculty Magneto, because it inspires TK, and then I also use Asgardian Storm with the bounty.
Okay.
Why not? I mean, we got the points to call her in. Why not? She's too good.
Yeah. All right. And so with that, what motivates you to use Vulture? Because I know a lot of people are like, burn Vulture, let him die.
So the one thing that kept me from always using Vulture was he couldn't be on a theme team, and so you almost always lose map and then lose the arms. Now, thanks to the good people of WizKids, he can be on a theme team, either Avengers or Shield, whatever you want. I personally think Shield is the better play, and Kobik is my favorite piece ever. So I decided she's got the Shield keyword. And my teammate Kenny actually helped me put the team together. He's also the one that came up with the idea of Sharon Carter, that she gives Kobik outwit. And then Kobik can being able to rewrite affiliations can then outwit pretty much any power cosmic character.
And then just wreck them.
Or give Vulture outwit before when you TK him out, then he can outwit somebody's power after Kobik rewrites their affiliations with somebody else. And then Vulture can outwit before he goes ham.
Yeah. All right. So you functionally have found a different way of using Kobik other than the classic cosmic,
yes,
let me lock you down BS. And you have a lot of utility in that.
Yes.
So you all came to that. So are you finding that more and more of the meta has, I would make the argument, become a lot more softer, easier targets? Or are you seeing a whole bunch of like everyone shifting to these super tanky, don't die characters?
I think it's going to go in that direction of shifty, tanky, don't die characters. And that's what's holding up Vulture right now is the don't die characters. Like in my opinion, the worst matchup for Vulture is the pieces with a ton of stop clicks, like the Immortal Hulk that takes a bit to kill. Those Captain Marvels. I'm surprised. I only see one person here today running those Captain Marvels, the super rare Captain Marvels that do hand out free damage. It's so tough for Vulture to eat through those.
Yeah. So I definitely appreciate that because I think a lot of people, definitely some beginner players and some newer players, they're going to be like, Vulture is unstoppable.
He's not.
He's not unstoppable. But at the same time, I think he just does a lot. Were there any other builds other than Vulture you were thinking about, or?
So I was dead set on running Vulture this week because I'd never used him before. And this is the first time and last time I'm going to use him because it's so gross and I kind of feel nasty after. I wiped every matchup today and hey, I won, but it feels, the way I won is just, it's kind of a gross feeling. So I don't know how this week is going to go. We still have 2 more rounds. If I win, great. If I don't, well, I'm still putting Vulture in the box for the foreseeable future.
Okay. All right. That's about it. Go ahead and give me shout outs if you got them.
And say hi to Matt Donham again. Say hi to Matty G. Nice, congrats on winning that Chicago Clicks belt. I know you like showing that off. Say hi to Aaron Morgan down in Alabama. And shout out to all the Clicksmen who are here with us. And shout out to all the Ragnarok guys, all the Texas Triangle, all the Team Juggernaut, all the Phoenix Nest.
All right, that's it again. I'm going to try to get what else I can do. Earthbound and Down is here and they're showing up in Texas. So top 4, Ragnarok versus Earthbound and Down. Earthbound Down versus Clicksman. So there we go. We just let you know. We got Vulture. We got some Shield. We got some more Hulk and then more Captain America. Captain America, top 4. I think Captain America is officially meta. It's Paris Gordon, if you didn't know. All right. There we go. All right, there we go. Earthbound and Down in the finals is Vulture and Cap versus Cap. Sorry, Steve Rogers Vulture and Steve Rogers Ferengi with 2 Captain Marvels. We're going to see how this goes, but someone else see how it goes. I got to go. I got to leave the venue, unfortunately. I'm going to get one more interview, and that's it. All right, so I am here at Doc's Comics in my last interview of the day before I got to go. Introduce yourself to nice people.
Hi, I'm James Antonaris. I'm the judge here at Doc's. I'm also a member of the Uncanny Clicksmen.
Oh, okay, great. There is more than 6 members.
Yes,
Slight,
more.
slight minor Dustin Cedars joke. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He's back. So that didn't happen, people. Dustin Cedars is back. That's anyway. So how long you been a judge?
About 2 years now.
2 years. What motivated you to be a judge?
Nobody else wanted the job, and somebody had to do events.
Someone had to do it. You are the brave soul. We respect you. Give this man 2 light objects the next time you see him. He'll need it. All right. So we had a large turnout today. How many people did we have compete?
We had 28 people today.
28 people. That's a lot of people. Is this like an average turnout?
We're a weird venue, so most of the time we'll be somewhere 14 to 18, and then once or twice a year we'll hit 28 to 35.
Okay.
So don't know when those are going to happen. They just do.
They just do. All right. So what was you saw all the builds today. What was the most interesting build that you were rooting for today?
The build I was rooting for was actually somebody just coming in playing for fun and playing 2 weapon H's, 2 Minotaurs.
Oh, that one. Mr. Bill Rock.
Mr. Bill Rock.
I almost lost to that. That was a raw game. You're like, oh, those do not work how I thought those worked.
No, they actually are pretty good.
Yeah. All right. So, all in all, with everything that's went down today, what was like the one thing is like, we're going to have to improve that next time. One thing was like, oh, thank God that worked.
Trying to get the stream perfected. That's always fun because we're having to do so many things at the beginning of the day. So that's something that definitely I would want to try and work on more. But things that went well, everybody seemed to have fun, had no blow-ups, nobody left pissed off. So, if that ends up being the end of the day after 8 rounds, then it's a good day.
All right. So, like always, I definitely want to recommend Doc's Comics. Your brother travels throughout the U.S. playing at places. This is going to be your judge. So if you're in, was it the greatest Dallas, Fort Worth, Frisco area, come over to Doc's. It's a good sized venue. So again, I know some people are like, well, where was the video last week? I decided just to stack it all into one super video. So I'd like to thank everybody, and that's it. We're out. All right, on our way out of Texas, I have to stop at one of these Buseys, see what it's like. So we're going to go inside here real briefly. All right, I got to film this last bit in the car. So, all right, I couldn't record in there. That was fine. I talked to the manager. The brother doesn't want to get kicked out or blacklisted from a place that's pretty good. It's not Busey's, it's Bucky's. My bad. I actually enjoyed it. In my head, I was like, imagine if you had Chick-fil-A, the best grocery store that you could possibly have, and Quick Trip all merged into a super.
Head south toward Bucky's Boulevard, then turn right onto Bucky's Boulevard.
Wow, even Google is correcting me. But yeah, imagine all that combined into one mega place, and it is cool. Like you feel like the entire time, like you're in like a down home country family run business. You know what I mean? Like everybody's like positive. The people are like the people that work there are attentive. They're pretty cool. No one's like antagonistic. No one looks like they hate being at work. You can tell some people like, yeah, man, I'm at work, but it's not like I hate being at work. You know how you see that on people's faces? I don't really see that when I looked at the employees here. So, I read some articles talking about how cool a place this was and turned out to be true. So, all right. I think that's it for my road trip stories. I don't think I'm going to be driving back into Texas next weekend. Brother's put some miles on his car traveling around. Even though I like to do some more salsa out here, I don't know if I'm going to add that video in or I'm going to keep that in the private collection of videos. But yeah, that's it. WKO traveling. What is it? Winter WKOs. I failed to get my NATS qualification, but had some good battles along the way. All right, that's it. I'll check y'all later.